users that had played CQ2 in December had tried the mod.
All right.
Which is pretty good.
That's quite good.
Yeah, 10% of those that, or was it 13 or something like that. And we want that to increase.
Yeah,
because more exposure to creativity creates more fun for gamers, and it's also fun for the people that are doing stuff to see others. Am I getting out of camera? Yeah, I am. That means that they get more people playing, more input, etc. So that's part of why we're using Steam Workshop.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, one thing that's really important for us here, the key focus is to keep people playing this game for a long time. Because, I mean, if people think the game is fun for a while, play 50 hours or something and then drop it, it's just, we lose them. We won't I mean, EU3 and its expansion has been alive since 2007.
January, I think, released.
Yeah, and we want people to keep playing this game
for as long.
For as long, at least.
Yeah.
And I mean, modability is a part of that.
Yep, and we want ease of modability to ease.
And also the way we add more content with DLCs and then patches and these kind of things.
It's gonna be much easier. We're running quite a lot on new Steam features that the achievements.
The achievements is also one of these things that adds longevity. I mean, you don't have to use them if you're not into that kind of thing. Because I mean, these kind of games can be played in two ways, right? You can play them competitively, or you can play it like historical role playing. And I was always like an historical role player, but I've come to like these kind of achievements and the things that sort of pops up and rewards you for doing interesting things.
I mean, I really like collecting achievements in games. That I used to do it heavily in Warcraft. Warcraft once upon a time, and now that I'm playing an iPhone game, I need to get all the achievements. But when I'm playing the strategy games, it's, as you say, it's like sometimes you want to go for achievements, sometimes it's role-playing, and sometimes it's just fun to crush your enemies.
Yeah,
especially in multiplayer.
Yes, especially.
Yeah.
I had a bit of problem with my France game, of course, because I had no manpower, but I have to wait for a bit.
Yeah, that's. I think we're losing this war. I don't think we can go in and negotiate peace, because that screen is a remake in this version.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because that's one of the things we're doing at the moment, is trying to look at all the screens and see, is this really what we want to do with the screen, or do we want to toss it out and remake it?
Yeah.
And the peace one is in progress.
Yeah, there's war in India.
There's a war in India?
Yeah, there's some occupations down there.
I wonder if we will ever see a Burgundy in India. Could be possible. Well, maybe not if we play like this. But
no, definitely not like this.
You can always recover, though.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah, that's true. Let's discuss the. What's it called? Steam stuff further. There's always this what's it called? Constant conflicts on the forums whenever we mention that word. But I just like to say that the decision of moving to Steam for multiplayer has been absolutely
and of course
awesome.
You can still play the game offline, so there will be no you can't start the game without.
That's definitely true. But I'm saying the multiplayer architecture.
It makes it very much easier for us, and we can focus on stuff that we really think are important, like the gameplay, and don't have to put effort into create architecture for things.
Yeah, our own netcode.
Yeah.
And going on a Steam only build means that deploying a patch
becomes much easier.
Well, much. that's a what's it called? A modest comment. It's pretty awesome. Back to EU4 and details. God, we have a tooltip that shows debug information there on the screen. Let's not look at that one that much.
Which country do you prefer to play the most?
Yeah, I prefer playing. that's different because we in January we had these like sessions with the QA team and me and Chris sitting playing full day, swap countries, play like 100 years, talk about the balance, and then it's like, and we have the 6 countries in the West, and I realized that most of them were fun. Like England was the least fun, I thought, because you're slightly isolated and had to rely on your fleet.
I think it depends if you like that kind of game where you can play sort of.
I found Portugal a little bit duller because you only have one neighbor, really.
Yeah, that is also really, Portugal is a country you pick if you want to play the colonial game, because they're really well placed to go early.
I like France because you can do most things. You're not that good like a peaceful trader, but...
Yeah, I only recently started playing, I tried a bunch of other countries, but recently started playing France, because of course I had to play them in multiplayer, and then you need to practice. And they become much more interesting, I think, in EU4 than compared to EU3, because there's so much more you can do when you have to juggle these. I mean, you have to balance you have all these vassals at the start, which takes up your diplomatic bandwidth, so to speak. And you have these kind of problems with the rebels and these kind of things that you have to manage your war exhaustion, and you have to push the English out. So it's become much more interesting, I think, to play France.
Definitely.
More challenging and more interesting.
Yeah. It's always the inherent conflict that starts between France, Burgundy, England. Yeah. And then you have, because there's 3 powers there, you're never ever gonna be able to have 3 strong powers. So there's always one that's gonna be like weakened.
Yeah, and if you play not exactly in one of these 3, but maybe Austria, for example, you're keeping like half an eye on this conflict. Maybe you're not involving yourself unless they go after your imperial provinces.
Yeah.
But once one of these guys starts winning, then you need to start worrying.
Yes. Or if you're playing Castile or Aragon, you think that, well, a divided France that's not gone too strong and keeps focused in north is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Everybody have to keep an eye on everybody else.
Yes. It's like, and that's what makes it awesome. But I just realized one thing. I played Austria in major campaigns in EU2, in the Tsunami campaign. God, that's a long time ago. I played Austria in an EU3 Heir to the Throne multiplayer campaign at the office.
Yeah, you tend to be Austria quite a lot, I think.
The funny thing is, in this MP campaign from January, I didn't pick Austria by choice. It was because I picked country last after getting everyone to pick. Because nobody said, I want Austria. So I was like, okay, it's a major country, someone has to play it.
I think people were a bit afraid after you played Austria in one of the earlier multiplayer games, because since you managed to clock up lots of imperial authority and got underway towards unifying the empire, everybody else unified against you. And I think that some of the people saw this kind of experience and felt that I can't take on the responsibility of being like the power player that have to keep an eye on everybody else.
Yeah, probably. But there's also other countries that are rather fun. I'm currently really like the game as the Mamelukes, because you're a country that's big on what's it called, area or space or something, but you're there with like most of it is worthless desert. You have the Nile Valley, you have Damascus, and maybe Tyre and Sidon are, is that same province? Whatever is worth something, and then you're like, okay, most of the other income comes from trade. That means that you have to be trade focused, you have to be naval focused to keep your trade protected in the Med and in the Red Sea, and you have this interesting thing is like, you can't really move your fleet from the Red Sea to the Med, so you have to have 2 fleets.
What's your special natural modifiers?
As the Mamelukes?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Let's check it out.
Now we get scared when our streaming producer goes, oh, whoa. Yeah. So we're cheated to go as the Mamelukes. Now we're spoiling future dev diaries a little bit, but the Mamelukes have 10% cavalry combat, 25% trade steering. Trade steering is a concept that that means that when you steer trade from a node, your power is 25% better.
That's going to help you keep the Portuguese in Spain if they ever show up.
Well, sadly, the Portuguese have something similar in one of their ideas. But the cavalry combat ability, that gives us, our cavalry fights 10% better, and it's absolutely vital when because we're not a military power.
Yeah. I think the trading really makes some countries more interesting than they were before. Mamelukes is definitely an example of that.
Yeah. They have, I like it. The Red Sea trade, competitions, I've changed it. The name is trade power. It's 5% extra trade power, 10% extra trade range. That's so that they can reach the Gulf of Aden, because at the start of the game they can't reach Gulf of Aden. It's only when they start getting a few ideas, then they reach there and start raking in the income. Then the monuments to our greatness. Oh,
prestige is prestige.
Prestige.
Especially if you start losing prestige, you will.
Yeah, because prestige is. How much prestige did that sheet code actually give you? Six or 7 prestige. Okay. That cheat code needs to improve. Then we have the purchase new Mamelukes. Our manpower recovers quicker, which is good because it takes about 10 years to gain full manpower advice. You have Reformer of the Navy, which is a discipline bonus, helps us to avoid focusing that much on military ideas. 20% production efficiency, cheaper stability, and 10% extra trade. The good thing is that when we get full, we have 25% better trade power from our provinces. And that means like we are a trade-focused country, and that's.
But first, you need to solve this problem that Venice is stealing all your value.
Yeah, that's really not something that you like. Here they're taking out 2 each month from the 7.5 that goes in there. And so sadly, because you get all these nice, you're taking your rightful money from Gulf of Aden 2.8 up, and then Venice steals.
Yeah, and exactly, the Venetian traders come in.
Yeah, the
Venetian. I mean, this game is from the start, but I think that the Venetian player Henrik he has probably his fleets there reinforcing that.
In our game, I have about 11 or 12 coming in here, and then he steals about 4.5 out. I need a fleet.
Exactly.
And my fleet is in the Red Sea, so it's. But the Mamluks are kind of fun. It's a really interesting country to play. You can see all these trade routes for the world. We keep going into the trade map quite a lot. Technology.
Yeah, but it's really, I mean, it's one of the new things, and it also changes how you think about strategy in the game, because, I mean, you try to look where the trade routes are going and where you can dominate and where the choke points are.
Yeah, definitely. There's no Norse anymore. There's no Norse provinces in 1444.
No.
It's probably
for some reason. Now
yeah,
they're all
weird.
Catholic.
Yeah.
I think you have a pagan province up there north somewhere. One.
Shamanist, it's uncolonized. It's Lapland. They are the Sami.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Here we have a common interest actually, because the Iberian Peninsula is not united yet. And they have some sort of, I think there is a friendship going on with Castile and Portugal. I'm currently
in our multiplayer game.
And I'm currently allied with Aragon because I needed somebody to save me when I came into the game and France was in. Yeah, we
should have brought in the. Let's discuss the multiplayer and not look at the screen anymore. We should have brought the multiplayer game to more show the
exactly
the situations.
What happened to the game.
Yeah,
because it's really interesting.
So let's see if we tab over to the Skype and see if Jacob is sending us any questions. We can.
He's gonna send us questions on Skype.
Yeah, I thought it was Jacob or Danny who were supposed to do.
Otherwise, we can just pick up questions.
Yeah, or Matt can see any.